Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Elite Series 18 Wade Barrett, a little bit of a fix-up as I did swap the heads, the hands, and the knee pads on this figure, as I may use them for the Fed, I don't know. But it's definitely a little bit easier to pose compared to my Bad News Barrett. The legs are a little loose, but I mean it is a very, very old Elite if you think about it. Elite Series 18 was a very long time ago, especially when we're almost into Elite Series 110. So, very, very nice, unique little find to get here. Really decent condition too for the price I paid. I just wanted to swap the knee pads and the hands and stuff. I kind of wanted it to look more like a modern day Wade Barrett if I kind of were to use them in the Fed, of course. He's kind of got like the little hint with the Barrett logo on the back with the anchor and the roses and stuff of that nature. Of course, that's the only logo that really hints at this being a Wade Barrett figure. Of course, if you also know him from some of his stuff on the Indies, he was also known as Stu Bennett at one point. He also did use that in FCW, if I recall correctly, but we won't get too much into that. Of course, this one's going to be a fairly short review. We don't have any card to take him out of or anything of that nature. Getting into the tattoo detail, he's got that beautiful rose tattoo. Still can't remember what the hell it's supposed to say in there. And honestly, I'm not going to struggle to try to read it either. But, fairly nice tattoo. And then this one, I still don't understand what the hell it's supposed to be. Looks cool in a sense. Kind of like tribal-ish. But, on that note, everything else about this figure is also still really damn good. I'm not a big fan of brown, but I do like the brown tights on these. Of course, I do own the Bad News Barrett Elite, which currently has the head scan from this figure on it. The head scan that originally goes on this figure, I will say, is probably one of the worst Wade Barrett head scans I've ever seen. But all around though, this figure's great. The little bit of fixing up I did to this definitely makes it worth not just the purchase, but just worth the idea that this kind of spruced from, because I was just looking for like an extra Wade Barrett Elite to get. I was thinking about just getting another Bad News Barrett Elite, but I ended up getting this one, and honestly I am not disappointed. That's a little weird. I don't know why, but maybe it's just the ring ropes feeling cold, but one of my ropes kind of feels a bit wet. I don't know, that's weird. Maybe it was my cat. I hope my cat's not chewing on my ring ropes. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say. I would say I'd pose them up and give my final thoughts on this, but might as well just kind of leave it how it is. But my final thoughts on this are, if you've ever owned this Elite, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But I think this is a really interesting era of Wade Barrett to get. Of course, after the Nexus, I want to say maybe even a little bit after the Core as well. Not too sure. But what I am sure about is that I feel like this would make a great addition in your collection if you're looking for a Wade Barrett. Of course, you won't get them exactly like mine, but what would I rate the original figure? Going based off of the old standard, I'd have to probably give them like a good solid, we'll say a good solid 7 out of 10. If we're going by nowadays standards, definitely like a 4, maybe a 5 out of 10, because, you know, single jointed arms. Could use the double jointed arms. Maybe one of these days I'll try to find a set of arms and some tattoo decals, and we'll get Wade Barrett into some double jointed armed goodness. But until then, this will have to do just fine. And going based off of today's standards, I'd probably give them a good solid 2 out of 5 stars. Going by the previous standards, well, I said what, 7 out of 10? we'd have to probably give this man a good solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. He's almost a perfect figure. Almost a very perfect Wade Barrett figure. Personally, knowing that I've owned 3 of them, I would have to say that the Red Elite is probably still one of my most favorite Wade Barrett Elites out there. I may try to pick that up just because, give this man an extra attire as well. But, with that being said, I think we're going to get out of here. So, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, well, I'm sorry for your troubles, I guess. But if you did like the video and you would like to see some more action figure reviews and or maybe some unboxings or maybe some pick fed content, feel free to go check out some of the other stuff that I do post, as I do post pick fed content and stuff of that nature. Currently in the middle of working on the Absolute Carnage card. Just got finished with the Intercontinental Championship match, getting ready for the Tag Team Table Elimination Championship matchup. That's why there's a bunch of tables around the arena. And I just kind of wanted to knock these reviews out of the way. So look forward to that match. Look forward to future reviews, as I do still have about 4 to 5 other figures to review. But with that being said, there's 2 other things I guess you could say. I kind of want to say, I don't have to say. If you would like to, feel free to also go follow the Instagram under the same name. You'll get updated shots for like the pick fed when they're kind of happening. Sometimes not exactly, but I do like to post some preview shots of matches before they go live. I also will post when matches from the pick fed go live, along with action figure reviews and stuff of that nature. So feel free to go hop on that. And on top of it, you know, be a great help. Feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. And as far as I'm aware of, we're currently sitting at 184, maybe 185 as of recording for subscribers. So we're like right there at 200. We're so close. Feel free to share this around with your friends, family, whoever. Feel free to share this with your dog if your dog has a YouTube channel. See if they want to subscribe. Gotta get this like going. We're like right there at 200. Then the next goal is going to be 250. I don't really have much more else to say. I guess before we officially hop off, though, I don't know how many of you guys are independent wrestling fans, let alone fans of GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. I just attended one of my first shows for Game Changer Wrestling the other night, and man, what a fucking blast I had at that show. The Block is hot, probably one of the more interesting wrestling shows I've been to, though I will say it was a card that could have made Teddy Long fill with joy. The only thing that would have made Teddy Long even more happy probably would have been The Undertaker making a one-on-one appearance for a singles match against somebody he didn't like on the card. Other than that, though, it was plenty fulfilled with tag matches and stuff of that nature. A lot of good moments, a lot of fun spots. I don't know, but maybe if you'd like to, I'd say go check out that show. Maybe check out some of their other shows, as they do run some pretty good shows. It's just, maybe it's not your cup of tea if you don't see a shit ton of people in the crowd or whatever. I don't know what your cup of tea is for wrestling, but what I can say is have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night, morning, whatever time of day you are watching this. I don't know, because I am not in your time zone. We are out of here. Deuces. Ooses.